Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Darkest Hour. This is the last session, probably, before we enter the war with Germany, and for that we need to be absolutely prepared. There's very little we can do that will help us against the incredible might they have. They're currently sitting at some 343 IC, while we have 152. But we can delay them, and we can hurt them. We have about half a year to a year before the war breaks out, once Germany swallows the rest of Czechoslovakia and declares war on Poland. But that should be enough to give us last chance to actually deal with the things we need to. So, what stage are we at right now? Well, we have our defensive line prepared, we have the descent done. We still have trouble with energy, but we have metal, we have rare materials, we have oil, we have a ton of supplies, and we have, well, we don't have money, but we have positive money. The issue is that the game slapped us in the face with the lack of energy, which lowers our economy output, and that it slapped us with the money issue, which slows down our technological research. It also kind of doesn't help that we can't trade for energy with anyone, but alas, that's how it is. We, on the other hand, are doing well on the economy front. We've almost completely upgraded our army. We are doing good on supplies. Production-wise, we are working on anti-aircraft guns and researching some of the technologies that we need to fight Germany. So let's do a big overview now before we start the game and head towards our fate. So, technology-wise, we are working on the tactical bomber now. We're working on the mountain infantry division. We're working on the infantry division that will soon come into play, which is what is gonna bump up our upgrades up very high. But I believe the 1939 is a big difference towards the 1936 that we have right now. Is that 1936? Yes. The mountain infantry division is not so important, but we're gonna get it because we have some of the mountaineers here, and I would like to get more. Quite a lot of our territory is hilly or mountainous, and if we could get more mountainous here, that would bode well for us. Up here it won't help, but down there it will help greatly to hold off Italy. We're working on the first strike doctrine, which will increase our fighters' capabilities, which is important to defend our units against the German bombers. We are working on the assembly line experimentation, which is a 1940, I believe, technology. Yeah, 1940. So that's gonna take a long time, but it's gonna increase our efficiency by a lot and give us a supplies efficiency that we need. We're also working on the strategic bomber 1939, because that's the last aircraft that we don't have right now of the age. The naval bomber we're not gonna play with. The escort fighters are really important for us too, because we are putting those on the bombers that we are making right now. And then we are working on the repair shop, which is a 1939 technology, I think? 1938. Okay. So what leaves us that with is the 1939 engineers that we need to get. The supply distance modifier and transport capacity modifier is good for us, though we are gonna fight on our own territory. The cavalry, because we have some cavalry, and this gives us a big boost to desert move and desert defense, which is kind of surprising, but we're gonna get semi-motorized cavalry brigade, and I kind of think that makes it way more useful than it is now. Where is our, here is our cavalry. That's hard attack 5 and soft attack 14. Well, infantry is 10 and 16, so yeah, we need to modernize our cavalry. We're gonna work on the naval maybe later on, because we don't need those right now, but we need the motorized because we're gonna have 2 units of those very soon, and they are, you know, quite the punch we need. Armor and artillery wise, we need the 1949 light tank, which will help us. I still think we can build. Yeah, we still can't build the entire divisions of tanks, but soon, hopefully. Then we have the heavy tank brigade, which will be useful for us too. I would like to get anti-tank 1940 as soon as possible because it helps with the heart attack for infantry and mountaineers. This is gonna be the biggest issue that we're gonna have here because, well, this area is well prepared for the enemy strike, but we really don't have that many people to rotate here, you know. Thinking about it, we have quite high amount of force here. Strasbourg and Colmar being the weakest, but we started to build the anti-aircraft guns, so we have quite a lot of forts. Someone mentioned why I haven't built more forts. I don't have to, we have forts everywhere. And I really don't want to build forts of, I don't know, size 10, because they make it pretty much impenetrable. So unless we already got that kind of defenses, I try to keep it around 4 to 5. Though I'm really tempted to build another line of forts here. You know what, I think I'm gonna, because I think the difference between us and Germany is so big that we can turn it to 5. Okay, let's put them up once we can. Okay, so generally speaking, we just need more infantry. We need to get those, but we're limited by the manpower. We'll start mass producing infantry once the war starts. I'd like to get at least 10 more divisions up before we face Germany, passing through Mons and, well, it's gonna pass through Belgium and Netherlands. Now the thing is, infantry can be trained really fast. I think it takes, no, 228 days, damn. I thought it was faster, but, you know, it's a year. That could work still. Because once we declare the war, they're gonna be focusing on Poland. And, it, you know, that was the weird war, or the not war that happened between Germany and France at the start of the war. Hopefully that's gonna be the same here. Technology-wise, we also need the doctrines. I want to get the pre-planned defense as fast as possible. Once we reach 1939, I'm gonna start it, because that gives us a huge amount of defensive bonuses. And I think industrial-wise, the sturdy equipment would be good for us. It helps quite a lot, but it's very, very hard. And we don't have anyone really skilled for that, so we'll see if we can get anyone going on that. Mass-produced penicillin, yeah, that one would be good, but we don't have that. Secret weapons, the racing pigeons. Oh, who knows, maybe we'll get them. And our doctrines, we need to get the first strike and all the fighter doctrines we can up and going. So that's the situation. We have the armies ready, and hopefully they will be ready soon. I don't know if there's much else to say, really. So let's start it, let it run for a day, and then see how we're holding up. So, if we calculated everything, we have 195 out of 150, 48.15 in upgrades. It's actually pretty good. We're getting, I don't know, lower the consumer goods a bit. And we're getting a ton of supplies, which is unreasonable. Let's turn it like that. And how does this make us look? So we're working on the land fortifications. We're not working on the fighters because we don't have the manpower, but we're working on the escort fighters. That's good. The anti-aircraft guns are not being worked at due to lack of manpower, but we're working on our second motorized infantry division. We're working on 2 of the ships and a ton of factories, so that's good. That's good. Technology. I'm really wondering what this is gonna do to us. I think the upgrades are gonna jump up by maybe double. We'll see. We need to get those people in line as fast as possible, though. Let's make these guys reinforceable again. Okay. Relations with Persia, -20. Iranian severance of relations with France. The Iranian government severed diplomatic ties with the French government. Okay. Why? That's the question. Okay, you guys are not getting manpower, which is weird, and the first army isn't either. I'm gonna slow it down to normal because every day now brings us closer to our potential death, and I'd like it to not be that way. Okay, still someone, yeah, the third army. I'm not sure if this has any effect. Oh, okay, our units reached, got a noble. Okay, we have 2 divisions. Okay, that's what I wanted because we need them as a reserve for the other guys here. So that's relatively fine. Okay, what is this? This is the Mountaineers. Okay. We got one with AA guns and one with cavalry gun division. Generally speaking, the southern border should be really secure because we have the mountains there and a ton of forts. Plus the anti-aircraft guns should keep us safe, and we have interceptor wing here that's gonna protect against German incursions or Italian incursions, but I know from experience that Germany sometimes sends reinforcements here. Okay, Germany announced that Hitler is the man of the year. Oh, that's the time, right? Yeah. Army Africa. Oh, I don't know what to do with you guys right now, really. Okay, everyone here is now getting reinforced. Not you. Okay. The reason why I'm turning this back on is because I don't know if the game doesn't think that if you stop people from reinforcing, that you make them, you know, unavailable for the reinforcements when we mobilize our units. So let's just keep it on the go. Oh my god, we have so many things to reinforce. I'm so happy that we are not living in a world like this, because that was the darkest hour of mankind, really. Enrico Famili's Italy. Attachment has been increased. Char. FCM. Okay, so we have 2 tanks and 2 cars here. Interesting. The tanks are so much better, really. We might want to dispose of some of the cars in favor of the tanks, but now that we have them, it's really just not worth it, in my opinion, to change this. Oh, good. So 1949 Infantry Division is done, and we get French official visit to Corsica and Tunisia. Premier Edouard Daladier of France conducted an official visit to Corsica and Tunisia to demonstrate France's claims on these territories in the face of Italian demands. To warm Tunisian reception for the French premier demonstrated that the Arabs had little enthusiasm to exchange French rule for Italian colonization. Tensions between the French and Italian governments remained high as the French refused to discuss any cessation of French territory to the Italians. And here we got the technology that we were hoping for. So now let's go with the motorized. As it turns out, well, you guys are the best for the job. New model of infantry, 1939 Citroën 45. Trucks, machine pistol, mobilized artillery, combined arms initiative training, and motorized infantry tactics. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, so ships are just left to be not reinforced. I believe we can deal with that on our own terms. Okay. And I think now we should see what the... Oh yeah, the upgrades are really big right now. So Potes 631 might now be deployed, and I think we were deploying them first to the tactical bombers, right? Because that would make more sense. These guys are gonna be used more. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Air attack 6, soft attack 5, and the interceptor wings have air attack of 6, so it makes it pretty much the same. The interceptors should still have a huge amount of advantage. Okay, we need to boost our upgrades a bit. So let's put the supplies to 20. And I think we might... Oh, actually 19.6 sounds about right. And I think we can... 17%. These ones are almost ready. Current progress. Okay, you're more important than the factory in Chaumont. And this one is more important than that factory. And the Tunisian one is even more important. I don't know, guys. I kind of think we're upgrading 45% of our forces. It's a bit hard decision here because we need to get as much work done as possible, but upgrades would be fairly good for us as well. It's a tough decision, but I think we'll keep it like this. We'll see how fast we're gonna take it down. A smaller force, however, needs to be absolutely top notch. Like, we don't have any space for any mistakes. We can't just keep people, you know, fighting bigger armies with inferior weapons. That's just not gonna fly. If we want to have any chance, we give our people the chance by having defensive positions. Germany delayed our tech teams. Oh god. Okay, is that all? Okay, I think everyone is now available to get reinforced. Yeah, it is. So as I was saying, we have the forts ready, we have the armies ready, and I'm hoping that all that's left for us is good strategy. Germany, New Reich Chancellor complete. Czechoslovakia, yeah, Emil Hacha and Real Baron. We can declare war on Czechoslovakia, really? Is Czechoslovakia considered... Oh yeah, it's considered belligerent. We could declare war on Italy too. It's kind of funny. Okay, let's see if... Oh, holy hell! How come we're getting energy? Convoy rated for. Is someone giving us energy? Oh, I have no idea what's happening here, but we're running on maximum numbers. I haven't even noticed that. Rated for. Well, good for us. We can use all the energy that we can get. Yeah, but this... Oh, actually, they have 226 out of 344, and we have 195. So it's not such a big difference. Oh, and that's 51 out of 36. All we like is just manpower. Too bad we're not getting any of these interceptors. I would really love to get those. Much more than the tactical bombers, really. How many have I shuttled? 10. It's gonna be finished next. Nothing, really. But yeah, the upgrades are going down. I wonder which unit is gonna be the first. Oh yeah, this one. These guys are already being upgraded to a 1939 infantry. Cancelled energy for money. Oh, I don't mind that.